Hello and welcome to Gabbit Media. I'm Grant Abbott, and today we're going to look at two new free texture PBR sites. I didn't say that right, but I'm going to just carry on anyway. And one absolute must-watch YouTube video where I'm up to with the line contract and the 3D printing contract as well, where I'm up to with that. And probably some other news as well. Anyway, so two free texture sites. The first one is CGBookcase.com. I think it's fantastic. It's got, I think it was between 100 or 200 PBRs. And it's always really great, isn't it, when you looking for PBRs and to find free ones that are copyright free as well. Because in my last video I did write that Polygon was free, but they're not copyright free, so you can't use them commercially. And generally we want to be able to use most of our stuff commercially in case we want to sell it and so forth. So CGBookcase is one, and it's a well laid out site. Nice because they're easy to download and you can filter your search and you can download the separate elements of the textures as well, which is quite good. Sharedtextures.com. The person who owns this got in touch with me and said, "Oh, can you talk about my site?" And I'm, yeah, definitely. Free PBRs. What's not to like? So I'm giving it a mention. Very similar to CGBookcase. Both have a bank of around 100 to 200 textures, and it looks great. Again, this is a bit simpler because it's just sort of in Google Drives, and you can sort of download one texture all at once, but that's quite nice. And I think with both of them you can sort of become their patrons and get extra textures. I think that's how they're supporting themselves, so do support them. Oh, I'll try not to hit the microphone. So that's two free PBR texture sites. And the YouTube video that I think you must watch, I was so impressed with this. CGGeek, he does some brilliant stuff. You've no doubt heard of him, and you've probably seen the video already. But I just want to highlight it in case you hadn't, or in case you hadn't heard of him. So CGGeek, I'll put the link in the description. He's comparing an i9 and an AMD Ryzen 2700, and he's not just doing the classic benchmarks and, you know, the classroom scene, the BMW, not that many people use that anymore, but that sort of, it's classic sort of how well do they render, but that's not what we're always looking for. I'm always thinking viewport performance, and when I'm sculpting I want to be able to use more polygons and that sort of thing. So actually he understands us and he's done it, so he's got lots of different tests. So what is it, viewport performance, sculpting, smoke simulations, liquid simulations and physics simulations, things like that, and rendering as well. And I suppose a bit of a spoiler, but the i9 comes out better generally, but the AMD Ryzen is half the price, I think. Yeah, I did put the prices down. No, I didn't. It's definitely half the price. Yeah, the bit of debate which one you should go for. Budget systems, I would certainly suggest the AMD Ryzen, looking at what CGGeek has looked at, and very impressed. The really interesting thing, what he came out with was that using Linux is about 25% faster or something along those lines. There were a few anomalies in his tests, so it's not every single thing will be better, but generally speaking it seemed to be about 25% faster on Linux. And I thought, oh dear, I've got to learn something new about how to install Linux on my computer. I've put that off for a long time. I've known it's a bit sharper, a bit better, but I didn't realise there was that big a boost in performance. So that's a very interesting one. Fascinating stuff. So must watch. I think it's well worth going along, watching that video and finding out for yourself, because there's more information on there obviously. Yeah, so where am I up to with this freelance contract? Lots of people have been sort of following along with this lion that I'm building for a company based in India, and I've had quite a few comments. It's a sort of crazy low paid contract, which is kind of non-doable. It's not doable. It's just so complicated. The word Jungle Book was their starting sort of perspective, saying we want it to look like Jungle Book, and I'm thinking there's no way. So where am I at with that? I'm still going with it. I'm having fun, you see, and that is the main thing about this thing. You may notice that I don't take this particularly seriously. Well, I do take it seriously, but I don't worry about it too much, and I just have fun. Otherwise I'd be, I don't know, finding sponsors and all this sort of thing, rather than just hoping that someone might contact me and discover me, a brilliant YouTuber that I am. And that's a massive joke. Thanks for watching, by the way. I'm always surprised when people are. So you probably switched off by now. Anyway, where was I? Freelance, yeah, so crazy contract with this lion that I've got to animate going through a forest. It's going to be fun to do that anyway, and what a great sort of project to do, and for you to, if you're interested, follow the journey along. But there's also that sort of interaction with the client, which is quite interesting. And the only real reason that I'm doing it is because they are happy, apparently, for me to put it on my YouTube channel and talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about pricing or anything like that, because I think that's a bit too far, and I think they'd be a bit upset. But realistically, I don't think the project's going to work, and I'm a bit a bit apprehensive, but I will try my best, as I always do with these things. I always say you've got to really put everything into your contracts, even if you think they're not well paid, they're not any good, whatever you think, because it's your portfolio that you're thinking about, it's the next client that you're thinking about, and in my case it's the YouTube audience that I'm thinking about, and it's a chance to do a series on some animation as well, and that will prepare for animation, the May challenge that we're going to do. So look out for that one. That's going to be fun as well. So yep, still going, still not convinced it's going to work. I'm still not convinced I'm going to get any money for it, but again, that's not my focus. It's really nice that I'm getting lots of support from people out there. People saying, well, did you negotiate? You should be demanding more for your time, and demanding realistic prices for your time. Yes, there was a tiny bit of negotiation backwards and forth, but I could tell from the start that they didn't really have much idea about what it really costs, and I kind of knew that was going to be pointless, because I said, my first comment was, I think I'm way beyond your budget, unfortunately, and this is beyond my skill level, was my first email back. But they kept coming back with, and they said, well, here's our full budget. They didn't, there was the negotiation, it was just, this is what we've been offered, so can you do it? And I thought, yeah, let's go for it. I don't think it's naivety, it's just having fun, and that's the main thing. So thank you for all your concerns, which is nice to see. What else? People have been saying, well, that's a majorly massive project, because they're thinking there's going to be hair, because obviously in the Jungle Book there's hair, but this is a still lion, so you can see from my model, what I put up on the side here, that it's not going to have hair, so I should be okay with the deformation and things like that. That's all I've got to work on, is how it's going to deform, rather than worrying about where hair's flowing and whether the hair looks real. So if it had been hair, there's just no way I could have done it. I might have even had a go at that, but it'd just be silly. That would be even crazier than it is at the moment. So it's just a still line. Someone suggested, why are you not sort of saying get paid in installments? And I thought, well, maybe actually I will go back to them and ask them for that at least. I'm being a bit silly if I completely say I'm not worried about the money, because it's very helpful to me to get some money in for the work I'm doing, because YouTube doesn't offer a lot, I'm afraid. So I thought actually I should be going back and asking for installments, which I did, and they agreed to, but I haven't seen anything yet. So we'll see, watch this space. So thank you for all the support, and it's nice because when you're a freelancer, you're on your own. And when I'm at college teaching, I'm in a team, and you feel like you're growing faster in a team because you can bounce ideas off people, and it's very nice to have that support from the audience, from you guys, saying these different things and reminding me of different things, because you may know them already, but you can't be expected to kind of do everything every single time. I think you know what I mean. So it's really great to have that support, and people reminding me of steps I should take, or just telling me of steps I should take that I haven't even thought about. So that's brilliant. Thank you very much. I'm very much looking forward to the animation aspect. That's going to be really good. So whether it works or not, I'm going to have fun with that, definitely. Hopefully, I say have fun with it, but there's always a moment of realization where you think, oh no, this is really tough. It always happens with animation. I think, yeah, that's not working. And I've done a fair bit of animation now, really, but every time it comes to that spot where you're thinking, why is this not working? And anyway, we'll see that when we come to it. Anyway, so Speaking of people commenting on my videos and helping me out, the 3D printing video where I'm doing this, the Rage sculpt, this sort of crazy man, people have been commenting saying, why are you not using the Mesh Mixer program? And I thought, what Mesh Mixer program? So all this time I'm saying, this is how you prepare your models in Blender. It looks like it's a bad idea to do it like that. I mean, there's some preparation you have to do in Blender, obviously, but this Mesh Mixer program, when I've been looking at people's tutorials, and you think, wow, this is a bit of a game changer for me. Suddenly, I've had my eyes open to what can be done with your meshes. They can be fixed really easily and all sorts. So I think I'll have to do a tutorial on that when I've done a bit more research, and I'll try and put that into that 3D little course that I'm doing on how to prepare your models for 3D. Probably should have done a bit more research on that before doing it. People have asked about that the 3D printing tools plugin for 2.79. I've not found that to be that great. When you're trying to fix meshes and things, I don't feel it works particularly well. Whereas tools I've looked at when I'm looking at what other people have done with the Mesh Mixer, they look a lot better. So we'll see. We'll have fun with that as well. It's all about having fun with me. Yes, and also the 3D printing plugin isn't available for 2.8. Not that it has to be done in 2.8, but I'm trying to sort of stick to 2.8 now, and because it's the future, then my videos won't date so quickly as well. But if I have to go back to 2.79, it's not a big problem really. So yeah, that's the 3D printing. Watch this space. I haven't heard back from the company yet, so I've still got to go through that process. We'll come to that. I really feel like I need to do some jump cuts in this one because I'm rambling, but I'm trying not to do it, and I appreciate the people who comment and say, we like your rambling. That's comforting. Thank you. It puts me at ease. The last thing, competition deadline. Well done to the winners, Mary and who was the other one? Can't remember. That's where I need a jump cut, isn't it? Well done to you both. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, the wall's getting more full. So what am I going to do when the wall's full up? Don't know, still don't know. I think maybe I'll take a picture of the wall and then shrink it down to A3 and put that in the corner, and then keep going and then keep shrinking, and it'll become this sort of infinity wall, like the Infinity Gauntlet, but not quite as powerful. So do remember the competition. Deadly is the title. They had lots of submissions already. I was a bit surprised, and they sort of came in almost straight away. So I think maybe people using some of their old work for Deadly, thinking, oh, well, that will work with Deadly. I don't really mind that. It's a place to show off your work and just have some fun. As always, how many times have I had some fun this morning? Anyway, so deadline is the 11th of March, which it should be a Monday. It's always collate these things on the Tuesday. So 11th of March, 12 midnight GMT, which is my time. So I'll be looking at those on the 12th of March. I think that's enough from me, isn't it? Thanks for watching once again, and I will see you next time, hopefully.